You're watching PBS.
American Masters presents Late Night's legendary band leader, Doc Severinsen.
Being a band leader is a whole nother muscle.
He spent 25 swinging years on The Tonight Show.
We have got on this show the greatest trumpeter in the world.
And decades later, he's teaching, touring, and still on tempo.
When you hear something like that, you know what great is.
Find out why it's never too late.
I do it because I love it.
On American Masters.
Friday evening at 9 on Channel 3.
I'm Helena Bonham Carter. Both sets of my grandparents weren't conventional war heroes.
She was always ahead of the game. She recognised what was happening to the Jews, and she was out there, active.
He risked a lot in doing those visas.
When you believe something is morally wrong, you have to stand up and say so.
My grandparents' war.
Sunday evening at 7 o'clock on Channel 3.
These are the darkest of times for Europe and indeed the rest of the world.
At least I'm fighting on the right side.
Everybody thinks that every war they ever fight. So much has changed.
You've changed.
To save this girl's life, you're gonna have to marry her. Be careful. The game just got bigger. Did you?
I am the officer in charge, and they are coming with us.
Sunday evening at 9 o'clock on Channel 3.
You might have heard the myth that homes need to breathe, which implies that you don't want to build too airtight. This is completely wrong if you want to control home performance. Build tight and then ventilate right.
Here's the mistake we make if we depend on accidental air leakage through the cracks in a home. First, you can't control where the air your family breathes comes from or where it goes. You might be breathing polluted air from a crawl space, or you might be pushing warm, moist air into a cold building cavity where it'll condense and grow mold.
Second, a house that breathes through the cracks depends entirely on the weather outside to drive circulation. When it's very hot, cold, or windy out, you'll get way more accidental ventilation than you need, which makes it overly dry or humid inside. And when the weather is mild outside every spring and fall, that's when it gets really interesting.
Imagine you have a week of lukewarm weather with cloudy skies. If the temperature outside and inside is the same, then you'd get virtually no accidental ventilation at all. The whole goal of the indoors is to give us a refuge from the weather. So why would you want to depend on it for your accidental ventilation?
Plus, now more than ever, we know that when a builder hands over the keys and a family moves in, they need systems in place to control the indoor chemistry. Every time that family cooks or uses cleaning products, they can make the indoor air exponentially more polluted than outdoors.
So, aim for as much airtightness as you can get at home, and then get the right amount of fresh air from the right place with your ventilation system.
And now, KENW TV weather on the hour. Presentation of the PBS NewsHour on KENW-TV, PBS New Mexico, is made possible in part by a grant from Paul and Elise Schmidt.